Hello my fellow gamers, Simple Geek Gaming, and welcome back to what is now episode 7 from the Mindception FTB server. And obviously, as you know, in the last episode I spent quite a bit of time messing around building this ME system just to get it up and running. And as I mentioned at the end of the last episode, we have now set it up at the top of the tree, but we are obviously still a long way off from getting everything fully automated, i.e. with all the rolling machines like we see here, and all the thermal machines that we have currently in the underground section. I think also, as you can see, we are slowly filling up with goodies, but I reckon it's not going to be too long before I'm going to have to make another 64k drive, because it's just filling up left, right and centre. You just won't believe how quickly it fills up without you knowing. And also, if you remember, as you know, with the downstairs section, with the iron tanks, I have now decided that the iron tanks are going to be replaced with steel tanks. Primarily the fact that obviously steel tanks hold double the amount of oh bugger, it's run out. Okay, that's first. That was totally unexpected, so I'm gonna have to try and do some try and make some sort of lab fabricator or something. Anyways, what I was saying, all the tanks that I have here I'm going to replace them with the steel tanks. Though I'm still going to have to think of some sort of machine that I'm going to be able to get absolutely tons of energy from. So it's quite a question, primarily for liquids. Obviously I'm going to have to hunt now for a new location for the lava pump, but we can obviously do that another time. And obviously, like I said, with the steel tanks, I will do that off camera. So that's basically not the interest of today's video. Today's video, we've got a couple things on our mind. First of all, we have got to build our assembly room using obviously the assembly table, if you know of it. And also, I am going to be constructing a flush nether portal door. Obviously, you're thinking a flush door, you may think it may sound a little bit vanilla, but yes, it is. But the design that I've worked on is really good looking, and I can't wait to build it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to hop over to my little creative world and show the design to show you exactly what I have in mind. Alright, so welcome to the creative world of mine. Obviously, all the stuff you can see around here, I've just been messing around trying to work out how to best do everything. Obviously, like you can see here with the generators and the lava pumps and the redstone cells, that is what I have in mind. And obviously, like you know, I've built so in the same sort of fashion, so it does look really good. But anyway, why we're here is because of this. This is the design of the door. You may be thinking it doesn't really look that simple. Obviously, when you press the switch, it does the same sort of thing as your usual vanilla one. But if we remove these blocks around here, just to make it so you can actually see, it is quite a little bit more complex than you would have let on. Because as you can see, we've got the project red cable going all the way around, and these blooming gates, loads of them. It's just, this thing took for absolutely ever just to freaking build. So for one thing I might have to do is try and have something like automated, just pumping these flint and steels in here. So obviously once one goes, another one will be put back in. That obviously is for another day. But either way, this is the design we have got to build. It shouldn't be too hard really. The only expensive thing I reckon will be obviously the project red cables and all of these gates, because I think we're gonna have to build about 1, 2, 3, 4, so it shouldn't be too hard. It's like, yeah, 3 knock gates, and what's this one? A different type of repeater, not the usual box standard vanilla repeater. So this is going to be quite fun to do. So I'm gonna head back to our main server, and I'll get started on getting everything ready, and then we can start demolishing the walls to set everything up. It shouldn't really take too long to be honest. Hi guys, welcome back to the server, and obviously since the last cut I've been a little bit busy just making sure I've got everything ready for making this hidden flush nether portal. And obviously, as you can see here, I have gone ahead and made some advanced drawbridges. That's the good thing, that you can actually select which block you want to go down where, and the only thing we haven't got is these basalts. So have we got any in here? No. Any in here? No. That shouldn't be too much problem. I can just go out and get some if I haven't got any upstairs. Don't have to worry about that. And the only thing we haven't done is made some of this red alloy. And obviously, this red alloy ingot is a simply compound of iron surrounded by redstone. And I've worked out, I think I only need about 9 of them. So, obviously I've got the 9 iron. Wrong one, don't need the dispenser. Just wrap that round like so. Just need one more, like that. And we need to... okay, why am I still grabbing that? Now we just need to put these in the furnace and obviously wait for them to blooming cook. Hopefully it shouldn't be too long. Either way, I'm going to cut this a little bit out and I'll come back to you once they're done. Right, here we go, our red alloy ingots. So, all we need to do, I might as well just use this little crafting bench here, is do this and voila. Red alloy wire, so that should be more enough for exactly what we need. Now, our next stage is to make our knot gates. So, knot gates. So if you just bring these up, these are on the 3rd page. Make sure I've got the right one. There we go, knot gates. It's pretty simple recipe. Oh, it's an absolute pain in the ass to make. And one thing that I've forgotten is the normal little... oh, okay, I forgot an ingredient, back in a sec. Okay, we're back. I blooming forgot these freaking circuit plates. Very easy to do. Right. Right, the recipe itself, if we just bring it up, we've got these cathodes, the anode, and the conductive plate. So, these 4 go around like so. I'm going to need 3 of these. So, 1, 2, 1. Like that should do the trick. Now we need 3 of them. Don't need 4 of them. Don't know why I put 4 down, but not to worry. There we go. There's our 3 knot. Damn it. Okay, that's lag for it. That's lag on the server. It just can't be helped. And now we just need to make our repeater. Where the hell is that? There we go, the repeater. This is another simple one. Yeah, when you get into this bit, you just think, my god, it's getting harder and harder. Right, that goes like so. Is that correct? Yeah, I'm near enough there. Cool. Right. 1, 2. Voila. Right. Now the fun blooming begins. Obviously, we just need to get some torches up, because obviously I don't want to... it's going to be a bit hard seeing in the freaking dark. So, torch there. And a torch there. Right. First thing we obviously need to do, place down our red alloy. I think we'll just do place it down here. Right, we'll place down our first little thing, which is the repeater, like so. Right, this needs to make sure it's on 2 ticks. Damn lag. There we go, that's right. Okay, we just need to put damn soil in the blooming way. Right. Have I got enough repeaters? Why are me repeaters? Right, back in the site. I seem to have forgotten my repeaters. Okay, I've actually gonna have to make another repeater because I think I was 1 short, because the repeaters are going here, here, and 1 underneath there. No, I'm gonna have to check in my creative world just to make sure they're the right amount of ticks, because I know for a fact I'm not going to bloody remember. Right, make sure that's right and that's wrong. Right, need to make sure I take that out like so. Right, that goes like that. Okay. I think this. Right, what's going in this space is this sticky piston. I'm going to leave this sticky piston just to the last, literally to the last one. So we got that goes like so. Now we need to replace our remaining red alloy and then first knot gate. For crying out loud. Come on, pick it up, pick it up. There we go. Right. Red alloy wire. My god, I'm not thinking straight today. Right. Let's get our knot gates, and that goes down like so. Now we just need to turn 2 of these off. How the blooming hell do you do that? Oh, forget it. I'm not fanning around with that. Right. Next one is here. And that's perfect, easily done. Right, so that goes like so. That goes like that. No, that doesn't go away because we've got another knock gate to go up here. Right. That goes like that. Right, I'm gonna have I got any? Yeah, I've got one on me. That's alright. Now we just need our red alloy wire to go like so. Okay, I've pressed the wrong moving thing there. Right, that goes like that. That goes like that. And that goes like that. Perfect. And okay. God, the survey seems really laggy today. Really does. Right, next stage is this little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. We got this little section. Right, that is near enough all done. I'm just gotta hop over to my creator wheel just to double check everything before I put this last sticky piston in before we can test it out. Right, I've just had a quick check of the design from the creator world and it is near enough correct. The only thing that I obviously got to do now is just dump that to 2 ticks, and obviously like I've said a moment ago for these, just to make sure they're all going the right way. And oh yeah, we still got to put these last couple red alloy wires down. We had to make a screwdriver. It's a quite simple recipe really. Is obviously 3 iron and 2 lapis all at blue dye, so that is pretty good. Right, let's get that screwdriver up, make sure it's all correct, and like so. Wrong, I'm doing it all completely wrong. I think I need to press shift. Right, shift it. There we go. That's right. Now I'll do the same with this one. So obviously you can see what I'm doing. There we go. And obviously our final one. There we go. Right, they are all present and correct. Last thing we got to do is place our sticky piston down and any block. Yeah, one thing we got to still do, obviously, is put the facades on these. So that's gonna be like that. So while it's magically changed, and do the same with this one. Then go to the inventory and go 1, 2, like that, and same for this one. Right, got 1, 2 like so, like that. Now we just need to place our panels down. We've still got to cover everything up, so we can do that at a later time. Right, goes like so, and obviously we've run out of bloody marble figures. Right, one last thing we've got to do is, obviously like I said, put the block on there. Then put our last bit of red alloy wire, like one there, and one like so. And obviously that is near enough done. Right, last thing to do is the dispensers. Right, make sure I've got my flint and steel, and that's something I got. Water buckets. Just move that out of the way so I can get it straight into the inventory. Like so. Boom, boom, boom. Right, dispensers. I check. Wrong bloody way round. My God, what's going on today? Right, that's the right way. And turn that round like so. Right, the water goes in this one. And the flint goes in this one. Like I said before, I'm going to be setting up an automatic system, obviously connected to the ME, so once one flint run basically is destroyed, it automatically replaces it, so that will be pretty handy. And this is on 2 ticks, that's all present and correct. Now we just got to flick the switch, make sure it's all in working order. Obviously nothing's happened. because it's already up, and press it down. And the portal is off. There we go. That is done. We have our hidden blooming Nether portal. This is okay. Let's do it one more time. Oh. Okay, right. Bugger. Right. Something's wrong here. It's going a lot slower. Okay, something's wrong here. Right, I'm going to have to go back to my creative world yet again, just to make sure I've got everything right, because I'm sure something isn't here. Right guys, I am back, and I have to say it's been a few days since I was last on this server. Primarily, in fact, these few days have been absolutely glorious weather over here in Britain. It's just been absolutely lovely. Temperatures round about 22, 23 degrees. So I've been topping up the tan and also having to work in it, which is a bit unfortunate. But I have thoroughly enjoyed it, especially on the first day I went to a barbecue and I ate so much blooming food. I'm feeling a little bit worse for wear now, but either way I'm going to sleep well tonight. So anyways, back to this. Obviously, if you remember that, so in that last cut, I had a little problem with this blooming portal. When it went up, it worked, and then it went down. The water didn't disperse, basically give that 2 ticks that I was hoping. And all it basically was the fact if we can just squeeze in, if we just jump up here, this tiny little bit of redstone, that was the missing key to get the 2 ticks, because this is what I meant. If we just do this, obviously, portal comes on, voila. Then as it comes down, them 2 ticks, that was the missing key. If we didn't have that on, the water just dispersed everywhere and the portal just wouldn't even work properly. So this is now working. I am happy about that. So let me just dump this back in here like so. Get the right one, and 1, 2, and you wouldn't even notice there. And if you saw that on there, you think, what the hell is this? There's nothing here. So I actually I like this a lot. So anyways, back to our next little thing. That is to dig out a nice big room for our assembly table. And obviously, the assembly table is going to be key because obviously, like you can see here, with all this ME cable, I obviously want to cover it up with some facade redwood roots, so it makes you wouldn't even know they're coming down. And obviously, I've got to do it all the way to the top of the tree. As you can see, it goes all the way up, and it's not the pretty side when you go up through these. As you can see, all the way up, you see these little gaps. So I'm going to need something for that. Anyways, let's go back down, and we've got to dig out which way was it again. I can't remember. Oh yes, it's to this tree. So kind of worked out where we're going to start digging. I did think about doing it around about here, but I didn't want it too close to there. But let me think. I did think about here, about 4 down. Yeah, this will do. Right. Yeah, because I did mark it down before just to feel like that'll do. I wasn't sure again. Well, let's just dig in. Right. Here is our first few. It's probably going to take us a while just to dig all the way down. I'm not sure exactly how far down, but it's going to be around about 44, 45. Because if we look up here as an example, I want a space of at least 3 blocks. That way I've got more than enough room to put any cables as such. So I'm going to get on with that. I'm going to dig out, and also I'm going to head off into the Nether and set up a new power supply, because obviously, like you can see, tank A and tank B are near enough empty. It's because someone put a lava pump right next to mine, so it basically cut off mine, so I'm getting absolute 0 to no power now. This is it. This is all the lava I've got. So it is going to be, I'm going to have some fun and games trying to find this a new giant untapped pool of lava. Fun for me. So anyways, I'm going to do that, and I'll get back to you obviously once the lava is nice and flowing. And obviously I have got this room near enough emptied out before we can actually start putting this marble and the basalt in. Right guys, just so you know, the segment that I'm obviously talking to you on now was recorded after the next 2 segments. It's just down to the fact that I didn't press record, and obviously it didn't record all of the video. Yet I had my audio program running and I recorded all of that. Yet unfortunately I cannot use it because quite a bit of the basis has changed, and obviously as you can see we have this, the energized glowstone, which obviously I'll get round to talking about obviously in the next segment. And the reason for building the energized a glowstone generator obviously to produce that is because obviously as you can see with the lava we are on now emergency stocks. And obviously in the last cut obviously it was around about 900, and I think the last one is around about, on the next segment where you'll see it will be around about 600 to 700, around that region, or maybe 800, I'm not particularly sure, I can't really remember. Either way, that's why we're building it, and it's just obviously to give us a much more reliable source of power, and it is an absolutely brilliant design. And the design that I obviously chose to use was by a guy called Flawless Gecko. Obviously I'll put a link into his channel into the description as to the design of it, and it is a really simple design, and it's just a pity I can't show you in the moment because it will spoil it for later in the video, because obviously in my videos I like to show the build from start to finish so you can actually get an idea of how long it took and what sort of process I've used to get it going. So what I'm going to show, what the next segment now is basically going through this little tunnel room here. Obviously you remember the one we dug out, into our newly built glowstone room with everything near enough ready to go. So I hope you enjoy it, and it's hopefully this won't happen again, because I'm really annoyed with myself the fact that I'm having to record this section. Right, welcome back, and obviously like you can see I have now gone ahead and set up how our little glowstone generator is going to look, and I think it does look pretty good with the nether bricks set up. And also once I put the marble and the basalts down here, I think it will pretty much stand out, especially when it is in full working order. Also we have got everything we need down here. It doesn't really look that much to be honest, but obviously seeing it's going to be creating an absolute near enough infinitive amount of glowstone, I can't be too fussed about it. So obviously first thing we need to do is obviously just put our first little bit of stone here, and then that way we can put our block bracer down, make sure so it is facing the right way when we come to get everything working. So we just click it on like so. Is that the right way? No, it is not. Right, what? Okay, why didn't I just clear this? I should have cleared this out this little bit of area first. That way it would have made it a lot easier. Right, clear this out. Should have done this first before recording. Right, let's done that. So that is now facing the right way. Just get rid of that. Okay, next thing to do is to put our little chest in. Chest, and we need the precision tool, ME cable tool. God, what am I doing? I'm freaking losing the plot here. Really, I'm losing the plot. And I can hear bats, so I think I am near enough, like near a cave system, so that might not be a good sign. Let's just put that down there and put that on like so. We're just going to set this up, so obviously pull everything out as stacks, and we'll come to sort this out in a minute, because I think it's going to be quite tricky doing it all underground, not knowing exactly where we're going, because I don't have the coordinates to where the main ME room is. So right, first of all I just need to put this blooming torch back up so we can actually see. Right, temp measure like so. Next thing we need to do is yeah, obviously jelly cryophyllum and the energized glowstone. This is going to be quite tricky because I don't want it all running about the place. So put our first little bit there and energized glowstone here, and then keep doing this like so. And that is going to flow everywhere like so. It does look pretty cool, but this is obviously not how it's going to look. Right, let's just plonk 2 blocks like so, just to stop it all spreading about. Right, next is our jelly cryophyllum. And that is not working. What's going on here? Let's just get rid of this a minute. Okay, this is kind of not gone to plan. Oh no, so let me just sort this out and get it working a minute. or get it flowing in the right direction. Okay, let's try that again. So hopefully it won't mess up, and I've kind of taken made a few little extra precautions just to make sure it doesn't all mess up. So first things first, we place that down our jellied, and I need to make sure I put that right next to that, and I don't put the glass in that slot there. So first things first, that goes there, and then that goes there, and it should. There we go, that goes perfectly like so. Now we remove this pickaxe. Right, we remove this little section, and now we go to the underneath section. So like that. Put down our jellied or energized glowstone like so. And that goes like that, so it doesn't get trapped. Awesome stuff. Right, now that is near enough in action, so all we've got to do now is place our coal in here, and it should start taking it out. Like, yay, it is now working, and as you can see, it is filling up a lot. It really is filling up a lot. So our next task now, obviously we're just going to leave this running anyway, is connected up to our AE system, and we're going to connect it up from our little Mac room, which soon to be Mac room. So it will come in very, very handy for that. So let's just head down here. Still got to try and work out exactly where it's going to go, because all of this glowstone is going to be powering this reactant dynamo, and I'm going to make tons of gunpowder for it, so that will come in very handy. Got loads of sulfur, so it goes down here, and I think, is it right down there? I'm just I know it's literally right below some of this. There we go, right down there. So that's pretty handy, that. So we can connect it up. So all this is just probably going to be temporary in terms of getting it all set up, because I think with all this ME cable, what I'm going to do is once the Mac's installed, is just have it stop in there, and then individual lines going out for each row of deep storage units. So let's just start to dig. And why am I digging that way? I don't need to dig that way. I can just use this one here. What am I like? Right, where's our cables? Damn it, still down here. Right, let's just grab some of them. Don't think we're going to need that many. Just grab like that. And we need to come straight back up. Really wish this thing wasn't fixed for the next update. Really wish it wasn't fixed. Oh well, it's one of those little things you can't really do anything about. And we'll get a bit laggy there. And there we go. It is pulling it out into our ME system. So I've got to obviously tidy this all up. So I'm going to tidy this all up, and then we'll head upstairs to the top of the tree, and we'll be able to see it all coming in. See exactly how much we've got. Right, and obviously now here, now let's see exactly how much glowstone we are getting. Is it? Oh yes, it's coming in probably about 3 to 4 every few seconds. So if we leave this for maybe about a few hours, might get a good few thousand worth of glowstone. So that is going to be very, very handy, and I'm quite pleased with that. I think one thing we've also got to do is probably stick a couple little precision export and input buses on the little steam dynamo, so we can an export bus on the dynamo, and also have it hooked up to a test route which pumps in water. So obviously then I don't really need to worry about that steam dynamo until this thing stops working. Then we can take it all back and then rip that room out. Either way, we are getting an absolute bucket load. I still can't believe it. It is brilliant stuff. And unfortunately, we have run out of time for the episode. is very, very unfortunate because we had so much planned, yet we didn't even get close to doing it. And the one thing that I was really disappointed about was, obviously, like you know, not building this assembly table room. So either way, we can probably get onto that next episode or this episode after. It's probably the case of getting the power working, and then we can go from there. So if you have actually enjoyed this episode and would like to see much more, please make sure to like, comment, and most important, please subscribe, especially if you're new. And I'll see you next time.